Joined by prominent Buffalo attorney John Elmore, who is representing the woman accusing former BPS superintendent Pascal Mubenga and another board member of sexual harassment.
John, thank you for joining us. In other maybe sexual harassment cases you've seen, how does this one kind of compare?
Well, all I can say is this is unique because you have the superintendent, which would be comparable to a CEO of a corporation, as well as a board member, sexually harassing an individual that's a high-level administrator in the City of Buffalo School District. The allegations that are complained in the notice of claim that we provided you a copy of and filed today, if you really look at it carefully, you'll see that most of the allegations have been verified with text, with emails, and were witnessed by other people. So we spent a long time investigating this matter. We brought in one of the top lawyers from Wall Street, Maricel Floricel, who's a nationally known expert in employment discrimination cases, and my law partner and daughter, Elmore Garcia, and I together, we're a team that are going to make sure that our client is protected. Our goal is to make sure that this does not happen again in the City of Buffalo School District, and that she's fairly compensated for the emotional injuries that she suffered.
Rob Petrie spoke with, as you mentioned, your daughter Kristen, who is also an attorney on this case. His story appeared at 5, and it's going to appear again at 6 o'clock. We wanted to dive a little deeper with John in this case. So if folks missed that, John, that reporting at 5 o'clock, a lot of this notice of claim has to do with not only sexual harassment, but abuse of power. Can you talk a little bit about that, particularly in that position of superintendent and member of the Board of Education?
Well, obviously, when you work for someone and if a woman is sexually harassed, she has to have somebody to complain about it, somebody that's going to protect. And she went to the superintendent. She also it was complained to the Board of Education, and it continued. It continued all the way up until July. And so think about it. You have an education that you work for. You apply for a job, you're happy with your job, and then all of a sudden you're worried about whether or not you have job security when you're being sexually harassed by those persons that have power over you.
You mentioned the victim is emotionally distressed. I don't know any woman who wouldn't be. How is she doing? What are some of the things that you can share with us?
Well, I can say that the woman that we represent is a woman of courage, because it took a lot of courage to just step forward and do this. I mean, you're an individual going against the City of Buffalo School District that has power over your job, that has unlimited resources, and then to be subjected to the public scrutiny about this. And when you file an employment discrimination case, these things just don't end quickly. Sometimes they take 4 and 5 years before they come to a conclusion.
John, you are not a representative of the school district. You don't represent them legal in any way. But I do want to ask you kind of a legal question. We've known for the past couple of weeks that there has been a member of the Board of Education under investigation for sexual harassment. It turns out that, according to the allegations, that is Mookie Hawkins, and we know that he has participated in some of these discussions. As an attorney, do you see a conflict of interest in his participation in those discussions?
I can say that it raises red flags, and I can say that it's my understanding that he was at the executive session when the superintendent offered his resignation, and I don't know if that passes the smell test.
There is another law firm that is looking into those allegations as well. Have you heard of anything, with that investigation currently?
That's an internal investigation, and I believe the school board's policy will be not to disclose that.
This is a notice of claim, as you mentioned, so not quite a lawsuit, a precursor to the lawsuit. Can we talk a little bit about what the next steps are? As you mentioned, these things can drag out, but I imagine this victim in this case wants closure ASAP.
So when a notice of claim is filed, that's a requirement anytime you sue a municipality or a government entity in the state of New York. And the state has, we can file a lawsuit in 90 days, but during that time period, the lawyers representing the school district will have an opportunity to question our client under oath, And once that is done, then we'll commence litigation.
All right, very good. John Elmore, thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you.
And thank you both for having me.